Hello everyone! So today we're going to have orthographic drawing. This activity is connected with our previous topic on isometric drawing. It is in this activity that we are going to identify certain views of an object. Commonly, the top view, the front view, and the side view. So let's explore orthographic drawing. To begin with our orthographic drawing, we need to identify first the top, the front, and the side view. Going back with our previous objects, A and B, we will notice that top view is located on this part of the box, while the front view is located on this side of the box, and the side view is located on this side of the box. So everything, regardless of what type of object, actually starts with this imaginary box. The same also with object B, wherein if we try to draw its imaginary box, it would look like this one. Okay? So the top view will be on this box, on this plane, and this will be the plane for the front view, and this is the plane for the side view. Okay, so for you to be not confused with our activity, we will be labeling the parts of the object, now particularly object A. So for example, we'll be labeling this number 1, say this is number 2, this one is number 3, this part is number 4, and this part will be number 5. Okay, so let's begin with object A first. So in making your orthographic drawing, we need to draw a series of vertical, horizontal, and inclined lines, okay, particularly the miter line. So to start with making our orthographic drawing, we need to draw a vertical line first, then a horizontal line, and another horizontal line, and a little gap, and another horizontal line. Okay, so maybe we could have a shape or a size or a square shape, this, then another one. We have to make sure that the distance here and here are of the same, making a square at the center. And maybe we could draw this one. So this part or this line is what we call as the miter line. Okay, it measures 45 degrees, miter line. So going back with object A, we will see that this is the part. We will be assigning this part as the top view. Okay, this box particularly. So this part would correspond to the box here. Okay, and this one we will be labeling this into front view, or just simply front, and this part here will be side view. Sometimes they are calling this side as the right side or the left side, but in our case, we will be labeling it front view and the side view. Okay, so in interpreting this drawing, you have to consider yourself that you are, say, looking on this part of the object. No? So for example, you are this person, so that you are actually looking on this side of the object. Okay, so what will you see if ever that you will imagine yourself on top of the object, or this part particularly for you to draw it. So this is the top view here. So what will you see is number 2. Okay, so number 2, since this is the exact size of your top view, it's equally divided. So in this part, we will dividing this into two equal parts. So if you are already sure, then you have to make it an object line. Okay? This is just our practice part. Later, as we go with our plate making, we will try to make this standardized using our tools. Okay, so this is 2 and this is 1. Okay, so going back with the object, we will try to figure out front view. So front view is located on this plane of our imaginary box, right? So if we try to look at it, the first part that really touches the plane, it's number 3, right? So as you can see, this plane is also divided into half. So maybe you could have that part. So basically this will be 3, and the missing part here, this one, it's actually 4. Okay, so we will finalize front view. This is just the practice for now. Later we will finalize this into final drawing. The purpose of having a miter line here is for us to project any part that you could find in the top view. So you will just extend this part of your top view and project it down to your side view. The same also with our front view. Since there are part horizontal lines, it's actually a rule that will be placing or projecting it on our side view. So obviously our side view, if we try to look at this plane, our left plane, it's number 5, right? So number 5 here would form this part of our drawing. It looks like an inverted letter L, like that. So this is number 5. This part will remain hollow because if you are positioning yourself here, this part is a cutaway all throughout, so there will be no more parts there. Okay, so how do we place dimension line in our orthographic drawing? So the part that will show the height would be the front view. Obviously it will measure 2 inches. Okay, so this part here is actually this part, right, for the front view, that measures 1 inch. You need to put a gap, okay, somewhere in the center. This part here would mean the width. Technically, width is defined as the positional distance from front to back. That's the definition. Since this is the front view, so this becomes our width. So the width also measures a total of 2 inches. This one is 1 inch. Sorry, I made a mistake again. Do not entirely draw a line. Okay. So that's it. What about the length? So the length is left to right, right? Okay. So from this point here, going here, that will be your length. So this part measures 2 inches. So what will you do? You just have to set the limit. Since there are no details or part of your drawing, so you just simply put the 2 here and extend going that way. Okay, the same happens here. I keep on forgetting. Always put a space in between your dimension line. This becomes 1 inch and another inch here. Okay, so basically this concludes our orthographic drawing for this object A. Okay, orthographic drawing. So that ends our object A, everyone. So let's proceed with object B. Okay, starting with object B, we can see that the imaginary box is here. So as a start, again, let's try to number each part of the object for us to be clarified on how to establish the different views of the object. So let's say this 1, 2, 3. It's 4. For this 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so I hope that you are not confused with the various lines no intersecting. So the same thing that we need to do, we need to make first our preliminary lines that will identify the top, the front, and the side view. Okay, for object B, same thing will happen. So maybe this will be another technique. You draw 4 horizontal lines. Okay, so since this is a square, so everything will become of the same size. Okay, so you have to make sure that this is a square. So since this is our practice, so don't expect that everything will become straight. Okay, so for our, if we try to analyze the top view here, the plane is divided into 4 parts. So what will you do? You divide it into 4. Okay, so obviously this is 1. This one is 2 because that will correspond to 2. This part is 3. Okay, so let's finalize our top view. I forgot, no, everything should be, if ever that you are making lettering, do not letter without guidelines. No, that's the golden rule in drafting. So this is top view. This is, it's quite big. Front, and always touch the line, no, if you are making lettering. This part is side view. Okay, so for our top view again, let's try to go back. So this becomes your top view. This 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so again, if ever that there are parts within the box or the plane that needs to be extended, we need to extend that. Okay, so going here and going to the other side, touching the miter line. The intersection should be projected downwards. Okay, it's not parallel, I think. So don't be confused with all the lines. No, that's normal if you are in a drafting class. So let's proceed to the front view. So the front view, again, if you try to look at this box, it's also divided into 4 equal parts. So we're gonna divide it into 4 parts. So the one that's really touching the plane for your front view, it's number 5. Right? So this part here is just on top of 5, it's 4. And this part here, it's 6. You notice that it's hollow for top view because there is no part here. There's really a missing part which is being cut out all throughout, no, from top to bottom. So that's why it's hollow. The same happened also with your front view, wherein that particular part is also hollow. So we also have to make sure that if it's really solid line, we need to apply solid line. Okay, so that's number 6. And for us to solve this, the side view, we need to project this part again. So for your side view, this should be your number 9 and your number 8 and number 7. Okay, so let's try to finalize this one. Okay, so this completes object B, its orthographic view, and this one, it's the object. This part is the orthographic and the pictorial drawing. So the same, by the way, in making a dimension, no, doing the dimension line, the overall measure should be outside and the inner part will be the detail measurement. Say for example this one, so this is 2 inches and this part here is 1 inch, 1 inch. You have to make sure that you are really within the limits, okay? Because if ever that you made a mistake, the ones who will be making the project will also get a mistake. So that's very important in drafting. So this is 2 inches, the arrowhead, and another one here, 1 inch, and the height. Basically, this is the width, this is the length. This is 2 inches, 1 inch. This is like a shortcut, okay? The same here. It's 2 inches. It's 1 inch. And another 1 inch over here. Okay, so that ends our preliminary steps. Now, this is just a practice doing the orthographic drawing. I hope that you'll learn the shortcut. I mean, doing the pattern and solving the orthographic drawing. You just always have to remember that everything that you are doing with orthographic starts with a box. No, if you could still remember the box. Okay. So everything is here. Now you will be able to interpret or to make orthograph correctly if you know how to imagine the box. So this will be your top view, your front view, the side view. Okay? So anything that touches on this part here of the front view, also correspond to that particular side of your drawing. Okay, so let us now try to convert this with using our previous plate, which we made, which is already standardized, into a final plate for orthographic drawing. Okay. So using our T-square and our triangles, we will be finalizing now our orthographic drawing. So the same procedure as we did with our previous plates, we have to ensure that the paper is parallel, perpendicular with that of the drawing board. In doing that, you just have to position the paper. Make sure that the head of your T-square is snugly sliding on the side of your drawing board, and we will have to make sure that the paper is parallel. Okay, so this will be our reference here, our plate, the previous plate, and this is the new plate that we're going to have. You have to make sure that the paper is securely fastened on the drawing board. So let's begin. It's important also to identify the dimension. So this is 2 inches. All throughout of the object, it's 2 inches. So maybe we could, so the total would be 2, that's 4. Maybe we could have half. So it's really important that we should be good in making estimates for this particular activity. I think for this activity, all you need to do is to choose, maybe you will have letter A or letter B. So in this case, I will be getting letter A, okay, to make our plate simple. So in making our orthographic drawing, say for example, I will choose letter A. So we have to establish first the total space, or space that we're going to use. So this is 2, and then we will be using another 2, that's 4. Maybe we could have 4.5. Okay, so maybe we could start somewhere here. Mga 5, let's say 5. So there, for example. So we will be making a drawing that. Okay, so that's the first line. After which, we will be making, using our 30 degrees triangle, we will make a vertical line. Vertical line. Two. So maybe we could have 5. We will be locating some. We need to center our orthographic drawing somewhere here. Okay. So using that line, we will be establishing the height. That's our miter line. Okay, so you could use the right side, no, that shows the right angle of our triangle. Okay, so and then project the line. So that's it. Okay, that's our 4 boxes for our activity on orthographic drawing. Okay, so I think we also need to establish the lettering as our usual rule. We could allow 1/8. Another technique, you should do your marking on the line itself for you to improve the neatness of your work. Maybe we could place the 1/8 here and another 1/8 here. I also allow a space before I do the lettering, another 1/8. So once you have the dots there, you could use that as your reference in making later, or maybe we could place the name, front view, top view, and side view. Okay. So these are simply your guidelines. Okay, that's part of our lesson. So let me place na lang top view here. Top view. Always touch the line. Okay. This one is front view. And this is side view. Okay, the name of our plate is orthographic projection or drawing. Okay. So let's go back again with the boxes here, or the squares that we made. It's 2 by 2 because obviously the object measures both 2 inches. Okay, 2 inches here, almost all the sides, and then it's being divided into half. Okay, so the half of 2 inch is 1 inch. Okay, because we will be dividing this into two. And then this one as well, we will be dividing this into, okay. So using our T-square, we will be sliding it, pointing on the exact location of, so that's it. Okay, so let's finalize. I am using sign pen for you to see clearly the impression, because I noticed with the previous video the lines are so light, no, you could not see there at your end. So that's our top view, and using our triangle we will be finalizing view. Okay. Okay, let's try placing the dimension line. Okay, so in placing the dimension line, you could position your triangle here. We will be placing so this is 2 inches, and there's another, let's try to place 1 inch, and then place the dimension line. That's it. Sometimes my drawing teacher before would usually do this one, placing an X. Okay, so that's our top view. Let's proceed to the front view. So the front view is divided into half as well. So this is by the way, we are done doing the points. So project. Then I forgot project also this part of your, and using the intersection there, you need to transfer that down. Okay. I don't know if you could already see front side view. So let's finalize. So from construction line, it becomes object line. Okay. Using our triangle, you can also use the 30 by 60 if you like, no? Because we actually would like to, we want the right angle or the 90 degrees, no, of the triangle, including this one over here. Okay, and the measurement as well. Maybe we could use as reference the ones that we did on top, including the 1 inch. Just have to make sure they are aligned. You know, this will improve the quality of your work. So this is 2 inches to 1 inch, 1 inch. Okay, the same also happens here. This is center because we don't have any parts there. Okay, so let's proceed to the last part. Oh, make sure that you are really hitting the limit, no, or the correct limit of the object. So in here, it forms like an inverted letter L. So we begin with the vertical lines. Okay. Okay, and another one in here. And the last one would be the horizontal line. Okay. And also the dimension. Okay. So the dimension here, this measures, the arrowhead is being done manually. Okay. If you can make the arrowhead uniform, the better. So this one is for the closer the arrowheads, the better as well, no? If we could draw it closer, I mean the opening here. So that's our side view. So that's our orthographic drawing. So top view will correspond to this plane, the front view is over here, and the side view is over here, and the measures are 2 inches. Now we're not anymore, it's a violation to place dimensions outside our orthographic drawing. Okay? So maybe you could practice object B as your plate. You can also use object A as your object, no, for your orthographic drawing. Okay? So okay, we just have ended our orthographic drawing. So this is another way of representing the object in front, inside, and top view. So to give the ones who will be building the object a clearer direction on how to do it right. Okay, so thank you very much and have a good day.